Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the MADlife. We are here with Kyler and Halston. She's about to turn 5 in a couple of weeks. Cannot believe it. Some things that Halston loves to do is she loves fancy things, and she loves to sing, and she loves to dance.
I like to sing better.
You like to sing the best?
Yeah.
So when the Taylor Swift Eras Tour show came out and they watched it with me, like every other little girl in the country, dressing up in fancy outfits and singing to us, we thought, wow, this is so cute. She loved it. Instantly, she went upstairs, started putting on the sparkliest outfit she could find, and put on a whole concert for me one night. And I was just blown away by how cute it was. And she loves it, huh? Yeah. So she's been loving Taylor Swift. We actually are doing a 5th Era's birthday party for her in a couple of weeks. And Halston, before we get into all of this, I just want you to tell us, what do you love about Taylor Swift? Why do you love her so much?
What's your most favorite thing? And don't say bangs.
Halston keeps wanting to. She asks me every day to cut bangs in her hair because she loves Taylor Swift's bangs.
Try to talk into the mic a little bit.
Do you just love that she sings so well?
Yeah.
What else do you like about her when she's singing? Do you love her dance moves?
Yeah.
Do you love her outfits?
Yeah.
Do you love her red lipstick?
Yeah.
These are all things you usually tell me that you love. So I feel like most of what she loves is coming from a very innocent, cute, happy place. And so we decided to do her.
I like her. It's because she's a good singer too, and I'm a good singer.
Yeah, you
That's
are.
true. So
you're a really good singer.
You're looking up to someone who sings, and you like to sing. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And she's very pretty too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a 5th Era's birthday party for Halston.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be really cute. I made a lot of Taylor Swift's concert outfits because when she was watching the Taylor Swift concert, she says, "Mommy, I want outfits like that too." So I went ahead and made all of the outfits that she wears for Halston. And Halston's been having so much fun and putting them on and playing dress up and singing.
Every day.
Every day,
Every day, huh? You love it. You do it every single day.
Every time we get in the car.
To do.
Yeah.
And we sing on the guitar Taylor Swift songs.
We only sing Willow.
Yeah, we sing well. We sing another one too, but I forgot which one it was. But it's okay.
Halston knows all the Taylor Swift songs.
No, I don't.
You don't know all of them?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Most of the ones from the Eras Tour. Can you sing one for us?
Sing in the mic. Go ahead.
You don't have to. Okay, Halston, well, we're going to finish the podcast. You want to go out and play with Tatum and Oakley, and we're going to finish talking about some stuff, okay? I love you.
Okay.
Thanks, Halston. Love you.
I'm going to help you with your mic. So you're really talking to it like this.
Oh, I'm good. I'm talking into it like that right now.
Okay, good.
So what we wanted to talk about today was, so Halston's been really obsessing over Taylor Swift lately, right? Like, it's all she talks about. Every single day she wakes up, she wants me to play Taylor Swift songs. She wants to learn all the lyrics. She wants to dress up like her. She's asking for bangs. I'm like, wow, this is getting like really, well,
Kind of like the last straw was when she asked for bangs.
Yeah.
Yesterday
when she asked for bangs, we said, Halston, no, you don't want to be Taylor Swift. You want to be you. You want to be Halston. And I think what she loves about it, she was getting a little shy here on the podcast. She wouldn't really talk. But when we're with her and she talks about it, she loves that Taylor Swift can sing well. She loves her performance on the stage, her confidence. I think she's looking up to someone because she loves to sing herself. And so she loves to see somebody who's doing what she wants to do when she grows up, which is sing, right? And I had some comments because I had made a bunch of posters.
There's a lot of echo, so try to talk into the mic.
So we made a bunch of movie posters for her because Halston loves the Taylor Swift outfit. So I had made her one from each era. And Halston wanted to have a 5th Era's birthday party where she's going to actually perform a lot of Taylor Swift songs for her friends at her birthday party. It's going to be a special performance. So we've been practicing this little concert. She wants to practice it every single day. It's all she talks about. And when I've been posting about this stuff, it's coming from an innocence place, right? Of course, as more stuff is coming out about Taylor Swift, like, we've been a little hesitant because we're like, well, who is Taylor Swift? Are we idolizing somebody who might be on the dark, have some dark sides to them? And as I posted some of these things, I've had, obviously everybody, majority, 90% are like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, because we're all thinking, more surface level, it's just cute dress up. But then when you get deeper, we start getting concerned as parents because people know, from the Super Bowl, people were saying that a lot of the friends she's with, might be worshiping the devil. there's been allegations out that she's part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, but even with that stuff, it's all speculation.
Yeah.
So like we can't get too caught up in that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We have to be able to protect our kids the way we protect our kids, and they're gonna get exposed to this kind of stuff on the or you call it the right or the left. You're gonna get an opinion over here, and you're gonna get an opinion over here, but nobody really knows.
Yeah, no one really. I mean,
really
somebody's got to know out there, but we don't know.
Like I actually was looking at this up, but I thought it was funny because it's true, because like my whole life, and I'm gonna read this comment. My whole life, this is what I was told by people around me, that like the band Kiss was that actually stood for Kings of Satan's Service.
Oh wow!
Which that doesn't who defined that? You know what I mean? Who came up with that? Right?
And did that make you go dark because you liked the music? No.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. That might not even be true at all.
True. Yeah, you never know.
It's just a judgment. Taylor Swift went like this and got caught in a photo.
What he's doing is holding his thumbs up.
And what does this mean in sign language?
I don't know.
What does this mean in sign language?
Thumbs up?
Yes.
But I don't know.
No sign language.
I know, but I think when you put them together, it means games. This is gaming. So
I think it has to do with something like love.
I don't know. So basically,
I thought you knew sign language. I thought you knew sign language.
But you're just holding two thumbs up.
Yeah, but there's a way that they do it or something like that with the thumbs.
I don't know.
What is love? How do you do love?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's several ways of doing it. I don't know. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Like people draw these conclusions and saying that she was making a satanic type hand gesture because she went thumbs up like this. When it's just like
people can make you feel. I think one of Satan's things that he likes to do is confuse everybody. I feel like we're in the confusion phase of all aspects of our life. In politics, he's trying to separate people, right? He wants to separate, make a bigger contrast so there's more arguing. And I think like even with the media, we don't know what to trust. We don't know what to believe. There's all these allegations. People will make stuff up. People will Photoshop things. Like it's all, like, even with AI, they can make people say things now. We don't even know what's real anymore.
I don't even believe what Ice Spice did the other day was necessarily a satanic thing. Like
you don't?
No, she's like I think Ice Spice is like a rapper. Right?
I don't know. I went on her page and there looked like there was some dark stuff going on.
She might live in a darker world, but that doesn't mean she's worshiping the devil. Like she was just like she was dancing to music or whatever, and she did some hand gesture and then she raised her chain. I see these rappers raise their chains all the time because it's like a representation of them. It's like as a I don't know.
Here's what my view on it. My view is because I'm choosing the light and I'm choosing not to judge others, I think it's really easy for us all to get down to some rabbit holes of what this person's doing on their spare time. But why are we so focused all the time on what other people are doing? Why don't we just focus on ourselves? Why are we so concerned about what this girl did with her chain? Why is that the highlight of our night?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we're so fixated on trying to figure out
all over the internet
who is doing what. Yeah, it's like, who cares? If that's what she's doing, then whatever. Is that affecting us? It's affecting us only if we're diving into it and reading about it all night and trying to figure it out. Why don't we go up? Why don't we stay in our home and go up? Stop worrying about what that girl did in those 2 seconds at the game.
Yeah.
Like we can choose to dwell on whatever we want to dwell on. I don't need to spend my entire life trying to figure everybody out. I can just live my life in my house and be surrounded by happy people.
What's the saying that good always wins or whatever, you know?
Good prevails.
Good always prevails or whatever. I mean, that's the truth. I would say that there is more good in the world than there is bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
The bad's loud, though.
The bad's super loud.
Mm-hmm.
The bad's super
They love
loud.
to just put it in our faces so we can become desensitized towards it. So when they do bad things, we go, oh, I've seen that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want it to stop. They want it to mean something to us. They want us to talk about it. And I think that's what they're doing right now. So for us, when our daughters watch this Taylor Swift thing for 5 minutes and she sees her come out in some sparkly pink dress and she thinks the song sounds good, that's as far as it's going. It's not going any deeper than that. And then they're moving on with their day. We go out to lunch and we go play Barbies, whatever. They're not dwelling on this Taylor Swift, whether or not she's good or bad. And the more that we talk about that with them, I think they're too young for that topic. So I don't like to even talk about whether she's good or bad right now with Halston anyway. I just like that she's enjoying her music and she's seeing someone who loves to sing, which she's finding a passion in. And I think when everybody's coming at us with all these negativities, yes, I can go in and dive in and figure out all the puzzle pieces and watch all the things and put it together and find out who Taylor Swift really is. But what is that going to serve me a purpose of? To find out who Taylor Swift really is.
Can you imagine if everybody did that for everybody?
Yeah.
They're on like a little more of a pedestal, right?
Yeah. So
Can you
want
imagine
to...
if you got like picked apart the way that they get picked apart every single day? That's crazy.
She might be doing some things that are bad. Sure.
And she also might come back around.
Well, and the person down the street, if you might be best friends with, might be doing something that's bad and you might never know about it.
Yeah.
Everyone is sinners in their own way, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not as deep, but none of us are perfect. I always think about the story with Christ, how there was that adulteress.
Adulterer.
And they wanted to throw stones at her. And he says... And he says to them, no, you don't need to throw stones at her because if the first person that throws a stone is whoever's never sinned before, right? And no one could throw the stone. And he lifted her up and said, don't do this anymore. So people keep saying like, oh, well, she already chose the devil. Oh, this person already chose the devil. Don't worship them. We're not worshiping anybody. But just like Christ said, they can have a second chance. I don't really know where I'm going with this now because the mic threw me off.
You just got to talk into the mic because you're on a podcast.
Yeah.
So people need to hear.
Okay. But what was I saying?
Echo.
I don't know. I just think that Christ, loves everybody. There's a light of Christ in everybody. Exactly. And I think that it's okay for us to see the positive in somebody every once in a while. So even if she is doing devilish things, I don't like her music regardless. She's still talented. She's a great artist. And I think we're seeing that side of her. We're just recognizing that she has a good quality as well. And
let this be known for the record. I do not think that Taylor Swift is a devil worshiper. I did not even.
You know, no. I mean, I see light in her. Maybe she's really good at hiding it.
That's what I brought up to Madison the other day. You can usually tell by people's countenance, and I just don't see it in her.
Yeah. Some of her songs seem a little dark, like some of the witchcrafty stuff looks dark, and then she gets into the snake outfit, and I'm like, what's going on? But then the next song is like so sweet and lighthearted, and she's giving, Kobe Bryant's daughter the little hat, and she's helping people who have, she was like donated tons of money to a bunch of people in need. I feel like she's always doing kind things. She even came out and said that she was a Christian. I mean, we look past these nice things and we're so interested in the dark.
I'm not interested at all in the darkness, but
I think it's good to be aware, right? We want to be aware so we can stay away, but we can also be the light in dark is what I think sometimes too. Like if I had met somebody who maybe worships the devil, do I run or do I talk to them and share my testimony?
That's exactly what
I think sharing my testimony could maybe for us spark the light of their soul, which we all have the light of Christ in us, right?
Yeah, it's crazy that when we went down to Tulum, I don't know if we want to get into this.
Oh my gosh, we were in the darkest party ever.
We went to the darkest party I've ever been to,
and we were
in LA for a long time. We've been invited to a lot of stuff, and this was a very dark feeling.
They called it the Illuminati. The Tuluminati.
Tuluminati.
So our friends said that there was a big event going on and they invited us and we're like, sure, let's go. We had no idea. There was no context of what it was. They just said there was a big event and it was going to be really awesome. So we were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. The event was getting set up. So we start at dinner, right? And they're setting it up. And as we're eating, it's getting darker and darker. And we're figuring out what is going on in this event. This looks like it's going to be pretty crazy. All of a sudden out of nowhere, there comes this naked woman.
Yeah. Would you like me to tell you about that?
Yeah.
It was great. I said it was great. It was crazy. Anyways, so she literally walks past us at dinner and I'm like, okay, like what is going on right now? This is way too free. And me and Madison are just having dinner. We had this private chef that cooked for kind of like the main.
It's like the pre-party event.
So she walks down and sits behind me.
Her back is to us.
I'm like, oh boy, this is good rolling.
And here's the thoughts that were going through my mind. Mine was like, wow, this girl's, okay, should I think bad about this? Or is she supposed to be like super confident? And are we supposed to be like, wow, what a confident, amazing woman who's feeling so free in her life. So it was like, half of me was like, is this like a hippie happy thing? Or is this like a negative bad thing? Should we not think so bad about naked bodies because we all have a body anyway?
No, we should definitely think that we should cover up for sure. I'm not sure where you're going with that, but what is
the whole reason why?
I think it's just a kind of like a chastity thing.
Okay.
Maybe. Like
Probably, yeah.
I think we're taught to cover up.
It was very interesting. Like I had all these thoughts going through my brain, which is exactly this. Like, yeah, the first instinct of mine was like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, why does she think it's right? And then the music started getting dark. And then there was people coming in with like red contacts and like cloaks on. It looked like they were in devil outfits. And I was going,
wild.
What is happening? And
we weren't the only one that felt the way that we felt. We talked to several people that felt like this was a party that we
yes. As soon as the music was starting and these people started arriving, we looked at our friend who had invited us and we said, we don't feel like we belong here. Like, I feel like my soul is saying, this is wrong. So as we were trying to leave, we kept getting in conversations with people, right? And we were having amazing conversations just because these people were sharing their life story and we were trying to figure them out. And it turns out that they've had these really hard things happen and how they've ended up here. And we were able to share pictures of our children and family life and talk about, Christ and things. And it was really uplifting.
It was uplifting, but it was also confusing for them.
It was confusing for them.
They don't really understand that life. A lot of them didn't.
They were very shocked that we even had kids. They were shocked that we even live a lifestyle where we don't go to these events all the time. And as we were sharing, some people were even telling us that we were glowing. It was very interesting. The people would be like, well, you guys have this like glow about you, like a real energy glow.
We were like wearing our white linens that we had just bought from the Tulum kind of street or whatever. And we were like,
but you know what?
Little angels
I
at the party.
don't know if it was because we were wearing white or if it was actually because maybe we're never in dark areas, right? So we're always surrounded by happy Christian lights. So in my opinion, I wonder if there is a type of energy that comes off of somebody who believes in Christ or follows him that we don't see because we're never in the darkness to see it.
There's no wonder there.
And I
whenever
feel
you
bad
walk into
calling.
a room, for example, whenever you walk into a room, everybody always says that. They see that in you. Like, there's no wonder.
Yes, I do believe that the light of Christ, really does shine. And the thing is I'm not saying that everyone there was dark. I feel so bad putting that label on these people, like, oh, they were in the darkness. I think everybody has the light of Christ in them. And many of those people that were there might follow Christ and go to church and stuff. I have no idea. But some of it felt dark, right? I felt this negative energy on some people that I have never felt before. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I had never been in a situation like that. And some people there were trying to invite us to go to orgies. And we were like, whoa, what is happening?
Yeah, we're getting deep here, but yeah, that's the truth. We got invited to go to that. We were like confused.
We were super confused. And they're like, no, it's beautiful. It's not like lust thing. It's about real love. And I was just like mind blown. I couldn't even believe that this kind of stuff even happens. And it was so normal to them. Like, oh, come afterwards to the orgy. They do this all the time. It's just was mind blowing to me. And I just couldn't even believe it. And multiple times we're like, we got to get out of here. And then that got into this conversation with this lady who her daughter had just passed away, and she starts, tearing up, and I was crying with her. I teared up, and we were talking about how her daughter's always with her and how her daughter's death shifted her whole entire life, and she's become who she is because of her daughter's spirit. And I was like, you know what? We'd had this great conversation there about how we felt like her daughter's purpose was to come and be with her like as an angel for these few months, and how it shifted her entire life. And she cried and was like, oh, I believe it. I believe that my daughter, she did her purpose. Like, she was such a strong spirit. She didn't need to be here for all these years. She just needed to be here for that time being. And afterwards we exchanged numbers. She told me that she felt like we were just so real and connected, and she loved, I don't know. I just feel like we had so many great conversations, people there, where I was thinking, we were meant to be here for a reason. I don't know why we're here, but instead of us running, let's be the light. Let's be the light. Let's share positive things with people. Let's let them know that there's more to life than these events or whatever it was. I don't know. But some people want to go to these events. I feel so bad talking bad about these events.
A couple of times you actually wanted to leave, and I actually didn't want to leave because of that. Because I knew that we had had a couple meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
That meant something to people when we spent time with them.
Yeah. Well, because Kyler's point was, okay, so we were staying at the hotel where this event was, right? So our room was just like a 1-second walk. So we were like, okay, do we go to our room and sit there all night and try to hide? Or do we walk around this party and just try to have some good conversations? Yeah. So we kept coming back to the thought of, okay, let's just keep walking around. Let's have a few more conversations. And then it kind of just led us through the night, and we just met a lot of people.
There was like a constant battle. Like, you don't drink? What? Oh my gosh, you have kids? What? Oh my gosh, 5 kids? Are you kidding? Are you nuts?
Yeah, people thought we were crazy.
You know, like it's like, and then you have to explain.
And then
yourself
I had to
get
say,
into
you
these
know what?
conversations about our life when we show them our kids. Oh my gosh, you have the most beautiful family like that. It's
well,
like,
I had it. People
leaves a
were
mark.
so shocked that I had kids, and I kept saying, I've always wanted kids. I've always wanted a family. There's so much joy in these children. They're just my whole life. I was confused why they didn't see the benefit in having a bunch of kids. Because to me, it means everything.
Yeah. Whoa, it's loud out there.
Yeah. And so that's where the whole light and the darkness thing comes from. I had this DM the other day where somebody messaged me and said I was a terrible mom because I have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They said you have to pick a side. She's praying for me that I don't go to hell. I'm like, I don't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I am full light. I am full Christ. But I believe that the light can go into the dark and help people. Like imagine if we never wanted to step foot in some areas that are like crime cities, or no missionaries went over there and taught them that there is something better. Imagine if nobody reached a hand out to somebody who's suicidal or in a dark place and pulled them up.
Exactly.
Imagine if all of us ran from dark people.
Have y'all ever seen the light penetrate the darkness? It's pretty quick.
Yes.
It's pretty fast.
Of course, we don't want to dwell our spirits in these dark places, but we are the ones who have to pull them out.
Who told you that you looked like an angel when you walked in? I can't remember who we were talking to.
I don't know.
But everywhere we walked, Madison specifically, really shines, you know?
So here's something about me. I can say I genuinely love every single person. Like I want to be friends with every single person on this earth. Like I wish so badly that the earth was designed in a way, like kind of how I view heaven, where everybody's connected, everybody's in love, and everybody helps each other. It seems too good to be true, and it might seem a little naive, but that's what I view life as.
Yeah.
And so for me, like any person that walks by, I smile, I wave, I give my energy.
Yeah, Madison has a very pure heart.
Because I just love...
I love everybody, but I have walls for sure.
I don't have walls towards people,
which can be bad.
It could be bad because they can suck my energy easily. I give my energy to everyone. Like someone super dark can come up to me and I'll be like, hello.
Yeah.
They could tell me all the worst things they've ever done. They could tell me they murdered someone. I'd be like, well, why would you want to do that? Like I would just talk to them like normal. You know what I mean? Like, cause I don't see the negative in people. I see the benefit of the doubt, which also could be bad. But even somebody like the worst person I could think of, I would still hug them and forgive them if I was Christ. I can't give that to them, but I would, in my eyes, be like, well, something led them to that. Like I forgive them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, you're better than most for sure, in my opinion. But
I believe because everyone has a light in them, right?
Yeah, there is. It exists in everybody, and everybody can change. Everybody can make those changes. For sure.
But we still have to protect ourselves.
You still got to protect yourself.
You don't want negative people coming towards your family. Like, I'm not going to go out and find some murderer and talk to them. But if they came to me and had this story and they were looking for help, I would help them. Right?
Yeah, I kind of feel bad about this morning a little bit. I don't know why. Just like sometimes, man.
Don't read your message.
Just sometimes.
Somebody was trolling Kyler. I mean, same thing with me yesterday. People send us the meanest DMs. And half the time we're like, keep our mouth shut. Don't spread anything. Be the peacemaker, but Kyler messaged them back today.
And
it's pretty bad.
I just messaged her back, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you involved in having any sort of an opinion about my life when you know nothing about me, my family?" I think I struck a chord because last night I posted something about like how, well, I'm going to read it. It says alcohol is a class 1 carcinogen. You know, I'm like, I actually believe that. It is not good for you.
We don't drink
We don't drink for that reason.
Well, one, it inhibits your agency. You can't make good choices when you're drunk.
Yeah, no. Can completely ruin families. We've seen families, friends around us get loose a little bit and even cross the line with like Madison. You know, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like people will more easily, cheat on somebody when they're drunk, more easily get themselves in bad situations, drunk driving accidents. Some people are addicted to it and they become alcoholics and they can't be there for their family. It's like, there's so many negative things to get involved. Yes, everything in moderation we believe is okay, but like for us, we just choose not to because there's no benefit really in
it. And they're coming out with studies now that it is literally a carcinogen. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, but we've been saying this for a long time, and people are like, they always ask the question to me,
why don't you drink?
Why don't you drink? Yeah, that lady that came up to me at the party and she goes, here's your 2 non-alcoholic drinks.
She was so mad that we were ordering virgins.
Thanks. Like, appreciate it.
Like,
you know,
here's what I'm confused about. If you want to drink, go drink. We're not judging you. On our end, we're not looking at any person that has alcohol drinking going, they're drinking. I do not think that in my brain.
I am.
You
I'm
are?
judging. Yes, I'm judging them.
I don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care. So why do they care what we're doing? If somebody came to me and says, I don't drink, or it's equivalent to someone saying, I don't eat meat at dinner. Who cares? Okay, cool. She's a vegetarian. Why do people get so mad at us that we don't drink? Like, it shouldn't affect them.
It's a self-esteem issue.
Like, maybe they feel bad that they are. Yeah. I think the people that get mad are maybe they don't want to deep down.
That's why this chick hit me up today. She hit me up because she is literally, well, her baseline to the conversation was that we all have addictions, and our addiction is notoriety, essentially, likes, comments, things like that.
Okay.
That's why we do what we do. That is not why we do what we do. Actually, we do what we do because we actually enjoy the arts. So we love creating content. We love acting. We love, my kids love to model. It's like one of their biggest dreams is to be a model.
I have to tell them the story of the modeling thing. Tatum texted me when we were in Tulum. It was like a 6 a.m. message. She had woken up from her bed and she says, hey mom, everyone's asleep. I wanted to text you and tell you. So they have a phone that has our numbers on it so that they can text us when we're gone. So she texts me and says, I wanted to text you and tell you everyone's asleep, but I had this thought come into my brain. I wanted to message you before I forgot. I want to be a fashion model. I'm just wake up in Tulum and I'm like, Tatum is so funny. She just texts me saying she wants to be a fashion model. And I said, like, do you want to walk the runway again in New York Fashion Week like you did? Or do you want to be in modeling? And she goes, all of it. I'm like, okay. So it was so funny.
We love creating opportunities for our kids. That's one thing I think we've talked about before is I didn't have those type of opportunities growing up. Madison had more of those opportunities growing up, which was probably a fun life.
I loved it so much. It was great.
And we love to create opportunities for our kids. We actually could care less about likes and comments. We love when you guys do engage with us for sure. But our number one goal is making sure our kids are happy and they live a fulfilled life. And
what's really cool, the world is scary, right? The world's scary. There's evil everywhere. So a lot of people were like, don't get your kids involved in this industry. Here's the thing. We have a very strong Christian based lifestyle. My girls are talking about getting baptized this year. They are so excited. We read this, we say prayers at night. We have pictures of Christ around our house. We teach good values. We teach about sharing, kindness, not judging others. We are always together as a family. We have strong cousins and grandparents. Our core base of life is strong, right? So when they go into LA and shoot this little thing for a few hours and then come back to the hotel and then they go swimming at grandma's, like people are viewing, they're in the Hollywood circle of crazy evil. And in our minds, we're like, actually, they were just running through sprinklers on the Pottery Barn campaign and then they went and swam afterwards. Yeah. You can look at things as evil all you want, but in our opinion, I think it sounds fun.
It is fun.
You can get into evil. I'm sure there's evil in that industry. I don't know how they get there. I'm still trying to figure out how people get so deep. I don't know where that even looks like because I was in it my whole life. I never got deep. It was just very fun. I don't know. So, if it ever got to this point where it seemed like something dark was happening, of course, as you choosing Christ every day, your spirit, the Holy Ghost, things will whisper to you, hey, this isn't right. You will feel it in your soul. And you'll know when too much is too much.
There's just too much judgment going on in the world. I think people just need to live their own flipping lives.
There's so much judgment. It's like, why can't my daughter dress up in a sparkly outfit and sing a Taylor Swift song without people telling us we're worshiping the devil? Yeah. It's too deep. We need to bring back the light. We need to stop judging each other. Everyone's attacking everybody. Every time, the first thing everyone does on any post is go look at the comments because there's always going to be a negative comment that everyone's saying something negative about everything.
This podcast episode is going to get just completely...
We're going to get reamed on this podcast.
Just completely reamed. But it's fine.
I posted this video. Okay, so listen how... This is so funny. There was this video of Halston that went viral. Okay, she comes down the staircase. She's got my old phone. First of all, it's dead. Doesn't even work. Okay, she's holding this phone. Everyone's freaking out that she has a cell phone. No, we don't have a cell phone. She has the cell phone in her hand. She's got a purse, a little kid purse. It was like $3, nothing special. And she's wearing leggings and a sparkly long sleeve sweater. It's not even anything like teenagery. Okay. She comes down the staircase in these pink cowgirl boots. And I asked her if she was a teenager just because she likes to play house a lot. Sometimes she's my mom. Sometimes she's the teenager. Sometimes she's the baby, all kinds of different things. And I play all the different characters as well with them. She looked like she was acting like a teenager. She, she's walking like all, I said, are you a teenager? And she goes, yeah. Okay. So innocent. It's not real. 5 minutes after that, she's back to Halston 4-year-old. Who cares? I posted this because I thought it was funny. Oh, I got reamed. Like people are saying, oh, good luck. She's going to be pregnant when she's 14. Oh, you've teaching her. She's such a brat. If anybody knows, Halston is the sweetest.
There's nobody sweeter on planet Earth than Halston Fisher.
So innocent, sweet.
It's
the sweetest
crazy.
girl on the planet. Like she just emulates an angel. She's talking about Jesus all the time.
Tatum and Oakley, we're a little worried about.
Sometimes Tatum and Oakley are a little bit meaner. No,
they're actually sweet too.
But if only people knew. See how fast people cast a judgment on this little girl. Yeah. Nobody knows. And so for me, I'm like, when I see that, I go, okay, if that's how easily people cast judgment, then I can't take anything that people are saying about me to heart or anything anybody says to you guys to heart, because people don't know. They don't know who you are. You know who you are. Right?
Yeah. I have some thoughts going through my head that I probably shouldn't bring up, but it's just like anything, like let's just move on.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring this up. It's okay.
There's a lot. I mean,
because
no
I'm judging
doubt.
I was just like, this poor woman.
It's fine. Just move on from it.
They reached out to me today. It's like this. It's the same concept. It's like, I can't judge her for judging me either because.
And you did make some poor, you decided
some poor decisions
to message her back some rude stuff, and those are the kinds of things we need to learn from.
Drunk. And she probably is, but I told her she's a drunk.
You should apologize.
I'm not gonna.
We need to
Maybe I will.
We need to be the higher. We need to be the light in the darkness.
I told her I'd see her at Clancy's in Seal Beach.
Stop, Kyler.
I'll see you down at Clancy's.
Taking it too far. Well, the lady that messaged me, she was saying that like you have to pick one side or the other. And I do agree. Like you can't just be kind of in the middle, a wanderer. But the thing is like, I think it's also okay to be the light. If you find yourself in a dark situation, I don't think necessarily you always have to just like run from it. Sometimes you do.
I actually love going into the darkness. I do. I'm going to be honest. I do. I love it. I absolutely love it.
When do you go to the darkness, Kyler?
Yeah. No,
we don't go to the darkness, guys.
No, I love going to the darkness because I love getting in like missionary type moments. I love it. I love conversations with people like that where I can really share my testimony. I love it.
Well, and it's because sometimes whenever I hear convert stories of how they were changed, it's usually from somebody who was brave enough to talk to them when they were in a dark situation. You know what I mean?
100%.
And so sometimes we feel like, oh, what if we could be that person for someone? I mean, it's really awesome, to help somebody find light. So my dad had a really cool conversion story. My dad actually, he grew up in an area that was very scary. My dad grew up breaking into places, stealing things, him and his brothers. Like they would just go in places, steal things. Like they were hoodlums. Like they would fight people.
They grew pot.
Like my dad grew up, where was it? It wasn't Arcadia. He moved to Arcadia afterwards. It was El Monte. So they had 2 people murdered on their street within 2 weeks, period.
Yeah.
It was very, very scary area. Okay. He didn't know there was anything outside of the fact of stealing. He didn't have any thought in his head, to move on to find something better. His mom felt like they needed to move because the 2 murders on their streets. She moved to Arcadia. And within the week, there was this little girl who was 14 that came to their house and shared the gospel with them.
Yeah.
And they went to church that week and they accepted Christ. And that was the first time everything shifted. My dad at church met some people whose parents were businessmen, lawyers. And he was going, oh my gosh, I can do something like that in my life. I don't have to be a guy who just runs around and steals.
Well, that's what they said. They said that even pedophiles generally were molested as children.
Yes, it starts somewhere. They don't know.
More often than not, they were molested.
Totally, I believe it.
It doesn't start as like a just something that's built in them to want to be doing that to kids.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out a lot when we go from this physical life.
Yeah. We don't know the full picture. And that's why God even says we can't cast judgment on people, because we do not see the full picture. All we have to do is just try to continue to like find the light, be the light.
So anyways, I'm really sorry, the drunk lady. I feel bad, but
anyway, so yeah, so my dad, like he didn't know. He full on did not know. And as his family moved, like he's changed his entire life around because of this one girl who she could have easily been like, oh, these boys, they're bad news. Don't go around the Bon Tempo boys. They steal, they like break in places, they fight people. But instead she went over and knocked on their door.
Yeah. I don't know why this came to my mind, but George Janko, a friend of ours, he's really doing a nice job like sharing his testimony with the world about God. George Janko, several years ago, and he would probably agree with me if he was completely honest, was a complete chameleon. He would blend into his environment wherever he goes to get where he wanted to go. To get where he wanted to go. And now he has stepped away and he is sharing his faith with the world. And I watch his podcast now.
Yeah.
And I see the comments, and it's like, man, he knows the changes he's made, and I hope he doesn't. I don't.
It's really scary in our day and age to share about Christ, right? Why is it so scary? Because you're silenced, right? Like they will silence you. They will take over and like push you out of the algorithm, because the New World Order, the people that are putting everything out there, they want you to follow their stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're already going down anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like,
so we better speak loud.
We've never been super outspoken because we never had a podcast. We were always just like shenanigans and like.
We always like. I feel like you don't always have to share exactly about what you believe and what your religion is to be a good example. I think just us having a family and like choosing light and like doing things is already a good example. I've had so many people say that they want to have kids because of us or have a family.
Yeah.
The New World Order is all about changing families. They don't want families to be popular anymore. They don't want people to have kids.
And even that, I don't even know what that is either. But I think it is.
I don't know. I think that's where it's going.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think you're probably close to right.
It'll be unpopular. Light will be unpopular and darkness will be popular. That's what they say in the last days.
And evil is good.
Yep.
That's what the
I'm already feeling that. Are you?
100%. The media really elevates it. Like, it's really loud. If you turn it off, life's pretty good. You know what I mean? But if you turn it back on and it's like, oh, we're all dying. You're like, I don't know. It feels like.
I think they also want us to be so scared about the second coming. I think it's not so like, I think, the world's getting evil. We're all getting worried, right? I think it's important to be prepared. But at the same time, like, we can't live in fear because that's not what God wants either.
Yeah, no.
I think Satan wants us to all be scared. I think that's why they're making it so stressful and confusing.
I have to check the time all the time because our operator lives in. He's not our operator anymore.
How long has the podcast been?
It doesn't matter. Just keep talking and enjoy.
So what I want to say is like, yes, Halston's birthday is a Fifth Eras tour. And why am I having so many negative thoughts towards it now? I'm like, am I leading my baby down the wrong path? But it's like, no, she doesn't know what's going on. Okay. She just is having a party where she's excited to sing, wear sparkly cowgirl boots. But I think after her party, we'll just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to make her feel bad about Taylor Swift.
I don't think Taylor Swift is bad, so I don't think we should keep bringing it up. I think she's awesome. She's great.
I think she seems nice.
I think the only reason why you're not fully saying that she's great is because you're a little bit worried about the comments right now, and I don't care. I think Taylor Swift is a great example, and I don't really know all the details, but it seems like she's bringing a lot of light to the world.
Where people are coming from is they're saying like before her Reputation album, like she was basically like doing a lot of like witchcrafty things, and then in her song she's saying like, look what you made me do. And then she has this one song where it's like the old Taylor's not here because she's dead. Like it's all these symbolic things that like she sold her soul.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Maybe. But
it also could be a publicity play. They could be like, oh, do this so people talking about it, it'll help you. I don't know. I feel like sometimes publicity plays are a thing.
Yeah, you're probably right. She
like
probably is.
There could have been like her friend at the, who knows, you guys, the whole Travis and her thing could have been like, oh, you guys should date each other for the Super Bowl because then it's going to blow up. Everyone will like be like tuning into the Super Bowl. We'll get lots of views. We can have like this commercial play. Like it could be all a play.
Yeah.
Like people are so involved nowadays with like moving the chess pieces. That's what the whole world is. You know, the whole world is about getting all of us all our views, all of our eyes. And they could have told her friend, oh, lift up your chain and do this symbol. She might not even worship the devil. They might want her to do that just so they can get the shot so that she can make the headlines. So people look up her Instagram. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I
ain't getting involved, man. I'm going to stay in my little teeny tiny lane over here.
We're going to be in our little bubble over here in Utah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just going to stay over here.
Our kids are so little right now. I don't want to expose them to this yet. Like, this is a good topic. Like, actually, right before this, we were having this conversation about what we were going to talk about in the podcast, and Tatum and Oakley were like, Mom, what are you guys talking about? And I said it in a roundabout, very like young-minded way. I said, listen, there's a lot of bad people and good people in this world. And every day we have to choose which side we're on. There are some people out there who want to kill people, who want to make you feel bad, who want to say bad words to you, that want to make you do bad things and be a bully. Like I was trying to like, make it cute.
Kid and soft.
I said, and then and I was like, and can you believe it? They actually are okay with Satan being their friend. I was like, or there's people that want to choose Christ, and these people want to be kind to others and use kind words and find the light and want to help people. I was like, so every day we have to choose which side we want to be on. I was like, I want to be on Christ's side. What about you guys? And they're like, Christ's side for sure. And they all put their hands up to the air. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, can you believe that some people don't want to be on that side? They're like, no, who would want to do that? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, when you guys get older, there'll be people. I was like, even some people when you're little will want you to try to do bad things. I was like, every day you guys have to remember which side you want to be on, and you have to choose that. And they're like, we want to be on Christ's side. I'm like, yes, exactly. I was like, and that's what we're talking about on the podcast today. They're like, oh, okay. So you can have little conversations like that with them, but getting into all the deep stuff right now, that's just too deep right now for them,
I feel like
what?
the naked girl at the party.
Yeah.
How do you pull that out of the darkness? You know what I mean? Just wait till she has some clothes on. Like, what if I went up to her and had a missionary discussion with her?
I believe that those people do not think, so when you're in that situation, you don't think it's bad, because no one would do something that they think is bad, right? I think that she believes that her body's beautiful, that it's part of nature. She might have gone down some path where she's very connected to herself. And I think she feels like she's showing that like life doesn't have to be so judgmental. You can be free. And in that mindset, it doesn't seem bad anymore. But then it's kind of weird at the same time. You know what I mean?
It's whatever, man.
She wasn't doing anything bad.
Hey,
she doesn't have clothes on.
We feel a little uncomfortable right now, so I bought you these clothes.
I think she would feel offended, like you're judging her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, remember in the story of Adam and Eve, how they didn't know they were naked because they didn't know there was no right and wrong? Mm-hmm. They only felt naked as soon as there was right and wrong.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
That's actually a really, really good point.
So as soon as you're only looking at light, nakedness is
kids,
nothing.
We're doing a podcast.
No, it's cute. And then in the background, it's real life. I mean, nakedness is only something negative once you have the knowledge of good and evil, because we put nakedness as something evil. You know what I mean?
That is
I don't know.
A very good point.
I don't know.
So
I don't think she thinks she's doing anything wrong. I mean, I think her on all fours doing that dance move was a little crazy. She was on all fours for about an hour.
I don't think she was doing a dance move. She was being painted live.
So not on her body. They weren't painting her body. They had like a big canvas, and she had to sit on all fours, and then they would paint what she looks like for an hour.
They do that in college.
And we kept trying not to look. Like she was right in the center of the party.
Well, I kept saying, let's go. Let's go talk to Suzanne. Then we met this girl, Suzanne.
Yeah, we kept trying to talk to some of the vendors that were there about their necklaces and stuff. We were like trying to find somewhere else to do.
When she came and sat next to me next to dinner, that was it for me. I was out of there. I was like, I gotta go.
But then when she put her back to back to us and we were trying to eat and we didn't want to look behind us. But then it makes me think, are we being prude? Like, are we looking at nakedness as a negative way?
I don't know.
We all have naked bodies.
Whether we are or aren't, I felt uncomfortable, so it's all good.
I think just because it's so unnormal for our society to not have clothes on, right? It's just like,
well, yeah, we were walking up and down the beach. And how many girls with their
a bunch of naked people?
Not naked, but like,
I guess like in Tulum, it's optional for clothes. Like it's because everything's more free there. It's just a different way of living.
But all the people come from all over the world, from France and from Italy and like whatever. I mean, that even like people, I don't even care.
I think America is the most prude though, because like, if you go to Italy and stuff, they don't wear tops on the beach. I heard stuff like that. A lot of people actually wear bikinis that are like thongs.
Argentina.
Our bikinis are a lot. I mean, our bathing suits here in the U.S. are a lot wider than most people wear thongs as their bottoms. You know?
Yeah, like they don't sexualize stuff as much as America does.
Yeah, I think we're all about sexualizing everything. I don't know. It's because
that's another thing I'll never understand. I'll never fully understand what is.
I think I know what it is. I think when you're sexualizing a person's body, that's when it becomes bad. Like I think like nakedness should never be bad. Like in the first place, we were all born naked, right? I think what becomes bad is how sexualized and how wicked our world has become about naked bodies. And I think that's why we cover up, because we're trying to show respect to not that if we could all not have those mindsets, then we would not care if anyone had clothes. I think there's just so many people that have those mindsets.
I literally don't even know how to think about it. I like it when you, well, never mind.
When I'm naked?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, that's the podcast.
That's where we end this podcast. There's just so many different cultures in this world, and we're all trying to figure it out. And I think there's just a lot of information out right now. And I think right now a lot of us are just, we went from being kids to now, then our 20s was all about like college and figuring out. And I think now that we're all getting older, now we're putting the pieces together of what life really is. And it's just mind blowing.
Yeah, as you get older, things just really come to light.
Yeah, like we're figuring it out now. We're in our 30s, like we're figuring it out. I think that's why we're all so confused. And social media is new. Like, I mean, when we were younger, we didn't have it. We have every information at our fingertips, and things that are crazy, things that are uncensored. And I think it's always been there, but none of us knew. And I think we're all figuring it out, and we're all speaking so loud, and we're all just lost. Not lost, but we're all just like, we're trying to figure out which side we're on,
Yeah.
Some people are in the middle on some things. Some things are like, oh, I believe in this, but I don't believe in this. But these people have to be on this side if they believe in this. And then we're trying to pick sides. It's like, why do we have to pick sides? We shouldn't have to be so against each other.
No.
If we're either all on Christ's side or not. Like, I think the politics get confusing because it's like we're trying to go against each other in our country. They want us against each other. That's how they have control over us. It's part of it. Let's put everybody against each other so that there's more fear and there's more fighting. So we're so loud so that it can drown out what's the real problem, which is the main people above it all,
Whoever that is. Anyways.
I don't know. It's crazy, dude.
I'm still happy.
So if you guys need like a little, if you need to find some light,
come on over.
Come on over. Or I'll come to you. I'm sure a lot of you are light too.
But I'm going back to
I don't know.
100%. I love it there.
I do like Tulum. There's a lot of positives to it.
Oh, we had a great time with our friends the first 5 days.
Just be careful of what kind of events you're going to.
You spend your time. Anyways, Madison, would you like to say goodbye?
Yes. I love all of you. Okay. I wish everyone who's watching this can come to my house and we can all hug each other. That's why I wanted to do an event, a good event where we all hang out. I'm going to make some type of Madison club, or I'm going to throw events.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's great. I think I want to do that with you. I want to help you.
Okay. Thank you everyone for tuning in on my podcast. Go make a difference, because I know that you can make a difference of someone this week, and then comment. We should start commenting each week how you made a difference. I think that would be cool.
Try your very best. If you have listened to this whole podcast, try your very best to see what kind of positive comment you can leave. I know it's going to be hard for some of you, like really hard with some of the topics we've talked about, but just try your best. Try to, even if it's like... Or
informative, but in a positive way. It's okay to talk about.
But in a positive way, yes.
Yeah.
Give your opinion, but do it in a positive way. Okay.
Okay, we'll see you in the next podcast. We love you all.
See y'all later.
Let us know also what you want us to talk about.
I got a new song coming out.
April 5th. You do. Oh, I'm so excited.
April 5th.
Okay, love you.
Slipping away.
Bye.